the platforms we use to access information and each other going into fewer and fewer hands
Hmm.
is deeply concerning, especially when it is somebody like Elon Musk who has just power with so many different levers of control. Power through his access to the president, power through the money that he can spend on whatever he wants, power through his platform that he controls. And that is shaping not just like the policies that we will encounter and the way that our government is going to operate, but also like how we engage with each other. And the same thing with Meta and Zuckerberg and the different community guidelines and removing fact checking. But we now have these billionaires shaping our interactions with each other in unprecedented ways with more data about us through those interactions and
Hmm.
fewer alternatives. So here's my regular shout out to support local news and to support if you have any kind of local media outlet that is actually based where you are, to support them and, that kind of stuff.
I think so. Specifically about Twitter and Elon Musk, right? It gave him huge amounts
Hmm.
of influence and reach, but it was a terrible business decision, right? He's lost gazillions of dollars. He can't unload that debt. The banks that helped him out can't unload that debt either. Look at Bezos in the Washington Post, right? Another billionaire who bought a
Yeah.
means of mass communication. He's losing $100 million, I think, this coming year or last year. But
But it doesn't
they don't buy it
matter
for the
to
money,
them.
right? Right. They don't buy it for the money. They don't buy it for the
Yeah.
money. They buy it for the influence.
Although I did see that Mark Cuban posted on Blue Sky that he'd be happy to invest in a TikTok alternative built on like Blue Sky's protocol that's more like
Mm-hmm.
open source. So,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
there's that.
Yeah.
Stephen
Mark
Rowan
Cuban
is
though, also
asking
also a billionaire, right? I mean,
exactly.
yeah.
It is going to be interesting to see where, if anywhere, people land. Do we continue to just sort of silo ourselves further into these little
Mm-hmm.
micro communities, or will there ever again be that sort of universal town square that Twitter was for? And I guess it never really was. It was always a narrow slice of the population. But what is the way that
Yeah,
we're
it
going
was it was
to
it was
develop a
it, it,
national consensus?
it was a narrow slice of the population, but it was broad spectrum, right? And what's happened now is the
Yes,
blue
that's right.
sky mostly is people who are who are not aligned with the right
Hmm.
and the far right in this country. And Twitter now has
Hmm.
become, in addition to being a cesspool of racism and hatred and bigotry and all of that, it's really aligned with the right, you know?
Yeah.